ago on State Central. I said I gave a second nomination. Not as bad. Not as bad.
And welcome back. This is the Kevin Allen Show right here. Yes, we've been recording hot micing and off and without her knowing it. Just because we wanted to catch her in some kind of dirty secret, but we didn't catch her in anything. And smart. We're going to talk about Ironhawk Financial, Joseph Lavardi Financial Wizard will consult you on any of your needs. 203-815-3673. Again, Ironhawk Financial. You can check him out on that big show, Jeremy something up there in New Hampshire. He's on his show, his network. Mike Crispy. He's on all these guys now. He's way too big. I'm saying Ironhawk for Kevin Allen. Right? He does call once in a while. Give him a call today. Let him know the Kevin Allen Show sent you. Let's talk to our friend and former colleague right here. He actually worked with at the State House in Connecticut for my first term and your first term. You've been on my show a bunch of times. And Dauphiné, the 40. Again, I feel like it's wrestling. When I look at the thing right here, I feel like remember the whole like NWA or whatever it was? Not NWA. Don't say that. That's bad. NWO, the wrestling match. Yeah, they used to be always like all so fired up and everything. And the 44th House seat. Been serving now 8 years?
7.
Approaching your 8th and final term.
Yeah.
Final term?
No.
Thank you for paying attention, crowd. Thank you.
I haven't committed going forward.
Do I get a hit of water and get concentrated? I'm not going to get. Listen, everyone came here and they're like, "Don't be mean, Mike France. Don't be." Mike, I'm kidding. We had a great conversation. Don't be mean. As soon as they want to come on right now. She's worried about her future run for lieutenant governor, and she's like, I can't go on this show. But you're always brave. Come on, so I'm going to hammer you and be nice to them.
You can hammer me. You can hammer me all you want.
And Dauphiné, you have been called somewhat of an individual in your political career. You stood up bravely and talked about a bunch of different topics. You fight for children. You fight for rights. Sometimes you even fight against your own party. And that's common, I think, in this country today. But why do you do it first and foremost? Why do you want to serve when it actually probably feels a lot like you're probably not winning sometimes? And it probably also feels like who's appreciating you. But why do you do it?
I think first and foremost, it's for my children. My children and my grandchildren. This is what we're leaving our kids. A country that's losing all of their freedoms one by one. And my children are gonna still be here, I think, when I'm gone, and my grandchildren, and we want to leave them. We're supposed to leave them better than what we had, and we're not doing that. It's our responsibility to stand up and protect what so many people died for coming to this country. So that's what's important to me, and that's why I do it.
So we're in the quiet corner. We're up here at the BrooklynFAIR, and this BrooklynFAIR, the longest running agricultural fair in America. In America, you want to fight with me, Texas or Florida, wherever you are, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, you're wrong. This is the one right here in Brooklyn, Connecticut. And are these events special because it's a small town? Jason Aldean's song, we all know about it. Is small town really important to you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things that we stand so strong on is local control and towns being able to do it their way and have it their way. And that's what we're losing, Kevin. In state and in the national government, we're losing those individual small town rights that we came to know and love, and those are disappearing. So yeah, no, it's really important to me.
Now you can hear the music in the background. We're at a beautiful fair. I just had a beautiful bison burger. You sound like Trump, right? Beautiful. Everything's beautiful. Everything's beautiful. And it is beautiful because even in this day right now, and you've been a party to my journey because we talk personally. In my transformation and understanding how important God is and how important it is to stop chasing, what we all chase every day, money and sex and, whatever song you want to write about it. It's that, whatever that is, disease, addiction in our country. Yet we fight over the simplest things. And usually it seems like we disagree on 3 or 4, but yet we're willing to kill each other in this country over it. It's got to actually be mind-boggling when if I could just get this person to understand this, I can help them that. And then maybe conversely, you say someday, wow, I never thought of it that way. We could do it that way. Have you had those moments while you've served?
I have. I've had them with some of the young people. I find that a lot of the young people are very disconnected to what's going on, and you start challenging them with questions, and it's kind of like they're a light goes off, and they really kind of listen. So I enjoy that. I enjoy talking to the young kids. I say young kids, we're talking about young adults, maybe 17, 18, 19 years old. So different than when we were kids, right? But they are very disconnected from our country, what made our country great, and where we're going. So I do enjoy talking to them.
And it's that educating the next generation in hopes that they will be prepared to deal with what's to come. And what's to come is in 2024 election, you're planning on running again. Is that correct?
I haven't committed to that yet.
So we have no commitment from Ann right now in the 2024 election, but there's going to be an election nonetheless, and we hope. And we also hope that we see a fair, honest, open election in this country. And without talking about the past, because I will be banned on every platform known to mankind that monetizes my life right now, so be respectful. Thank you. How do we fix this problem in America, divided as we are, maybe Democrats, Republicans, not trusting the system, watching the weaponizing of not just the political system, the judicial system, the criminal justice system? We're seeing it right now. And the impact on 2024 is great, in my opinion. Your thoughts on some of that as it moves into 2024 election?
You know, I think that people are so dismayed and disappointed with our leaders and the direction our country is going in, the fact that you really can't trust government. And, you know, we give them so much responsibility, and yet it's just a lot of corruption going on behind closed doors. And I think people are really starting to open their eyes to that. I don't know if enough people are, but I don't think either side wants cheating and voting. I don't think they want to be lied to. I think for the most part, people want the truth, and people in power want to stay in power, and many of them exploit that. So that's what we want to put an end to.
And I think it's, again, you always do put it right to the kind of the straight talking, direct to the point, which is, I think, helpful for people to understand, because there's so many nuances to politics. People want to use these special wording to kind of defend their position, offending other people this time in our life, where we should love everyone and not hate anyone, but also not allow anyone to ruin somebody else's life because of their own perversion of their existence. And I don't mean that in a discarding way. I mean it in a way that they want to exploit, right? Definition. So how do we defend some of the children? We talked about children. How do we defend the children? Say you're an outgoing politician, never to come back to politics again, and you were going to advise somebody new coming to politics, and they said, what is the one thing I could do to make sure that children are always protected in every law, everything I do in the state house representing my people?
You know, I think that's a really big, tall ask. And we have to look at the role of government. And is it the role of government to protect all of the children? I think we do that the best that we can, but I think we're digging deeper and deeper and deeper and going into family choices, parental rights. We're intruding on the family, and we need to allow families to make choices for their children. And really, they're responsible for those roles. And when we interfere, we're interfering with their choices. And that's what I find really concerning. So while we do have a role somewhat to help protect the children, I think we've dug so deep, Kevin, that it's very concerning.
And obviously, when we're talking about the concerning piece in this, next moving forward, 2024, a lot of it comes down to, supporting who you've supported in 2016, 2020, who's going to support you in 2024. There's some candidates right now. There was a Republican national debate, and I'm not asking for the particulars of who you're supporting. I'm not going to go there. But when you see that circus of this event taking place, Chris Crispy has. I call him Chris Crispy. I didn't mean to do that because I have a Christian. I'm sorry, but he is a Jersey Chris. But you see him on there. He has no chance in any shape or form to ever get elected. Yet he goes there, and some people will madly support that. When we know at the end of the day, all this does is drive bigger divide instead of somebody uniting us here. Why can't we have that?
Well, I think it gets political, right? We know that, like you said, he doesn't have any chance, but I think he hopes to get a piece of the pie, right? Whether it's some position or something that holds him in some sort of power. I think that a lot of people stick it out to do that, to get some piece of the pie. And there's a lot of pieces of the pie out there, right? We have a lot of positions out there in our government, which has gotten so big and out of control. And I think some of these individuals are just standing by, hoping to be heard and make a name for themselves so they get one of those positions. I don't know. Do you agree with that, Kevin?
Listen, I think at the end of the day, you're right, but it's still not right because I think that some people that would impress me are the ones that can come out and call that out and say, this is how I'm going to do it, right? Like, we're not going to play the same old game because the same old game is not working for America. So I wish we could see it differently, and I do agree that that's the way it works.
Well, and I think you see that too in elections, right? We know that a lot of money goes into campaigns, and a lot of times people know they don't have a chance to win, but they step up and they run because they can placeholders, they can give a lot of money out to their friends and spread that love around. And that there's a lot of that takes place. So people do run to actually, I don't know if you want to say confiscate money, but there's a lot of money that goes out and get during campaign times, right?
Campaign right now in Connecticut for a state representative would be somewhere around 25, 27,000. What are you getting now?
I think it's about 30.
So $30,000. Right out of the box, your mailing and all of that's going to be about 20 grand, or maybe 15 to 20 grand right out of the box. That's going to go to a consultant. That consultant's got a margin of inflation on you, probably at about maybe 33 to 40% on their costs.
And that's a small, and that's
you know what I just said
on their cost.
Dude, there, not you, dude, but whoever, dude, there is such a scam system.
Yeah.
And I listen, I don't hate anybody for opinion. I'm an entrepreneur, but also it's like, if you really want to know the problem in this country is, there's enough people selling dreams to somebody, enough people buying dreams from somebody. They're wasting your money,
right?
And that money can be used to win America back.
And that's a small campaign, Kevin. I mean, that's a really small campaign. Most of them are in the hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars. So there's a lot of money to be spread around during campaign time. So it's that people don't always run to really win at the end of the day. They might be having their eyes set on something else, whatever that is.
Well, I think that's in the political world, everyone is always looking for something down the road, commissioners' positions or appointments or, land release for this one. And you know what? That's how it all began. So let's be famously honest. I think it was Abraham Lincoln, his administration, that came up and coined the phrase lobbyists. Hey, can somebody verify Abe Lincoln's administration coined the phrase lobbyists? Is there any way to verify
I don't know that.
If only we had little laptops in our hands.
Does anyone have that ability? You know what? The typical response. Oh. All right, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make a point with you, and we have no support. I said, never mind. Doesn't matter. So, anyways, no, it's too late, Sue. We don't want it now. Pass it. No, we don't want it now, Sue. We're done. All right, go and turn your phone off and save your power. Save your power that you have.
Lobbyist is a big word, and it's used for. I think the take home for a lot of people is that it's a group of people that want something for themselves. But Kevin, sometimes there's people that lobby for things that are actually to keep their freedom, right? So there's a little bit of both. Right. We have people who fight to keep their religious freedom. People to fight to keep their parental choice and those sorts of things. So there's a lot of other things out there that people fight for that aren't necessarily big corporations. And
and that's a very good point. We agree. And I'm having some fun, obviously, I'm tired. It's hot. You guys only fed me one burger in this tent. I'm at the Brooklyn Fair at the Brooklyn Fairgrounds at the Brooklyn Republican Town Committee tent. They're hosting this event. They're having a bunch of speakers come in and or interviews and with state officials and other local officials. And we're just going to start grabbing people from the crowd soon, hopefully to come in here and do some interviews. And you've been a friend a long time, and I've witnessed you get beat up sometimes. I love how you handled it. You've never been one of those people that came in, demanding attention. You just kind of steadfast, just the same way you always steered. I don't think you ever needed a course correction because you've just been the same person. And so when you have that kind of attitude, do you ever feel alone in your political world?
I think we have the same Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and that's who I serve. So I'm never alone. I always have him, and I'm proud that you've made that decision too, Kevin. So, it's nice to have friends jump on board. So I never feel alone, but sometimes you do feel like you're a two-man army. It's you and him, but it's not. There's a lot of people out there that we represent, and we need to stay up there and keep standing for the right thing. So I think that's what you're doing, and I'll continue to do that as long as I can.
And often, and so she hasn't announced she's going to be running yet, but she's going to be announcing right now. Okay, so I'm getting word from the crowd. The crowd is building right here with anticipation. Ann Dauphinay will be running for the 2024 election. And comment, please.
Well, you know, we have the fall elections here in Connecticut, right? And we have all the municipals in every town, and I'm getting behind all of our like-minded candidates, and I'll be focused on that. And then after that, we'll look towards the next year's election. So that's my answer to that.
So I think the response was that she's not going to say right now. She will announce soon that she's going to be running for 2024. I'm confident. This is not a person who walks away from a battle or a fight. And Dauphinay, where can people find you right now if they want to find you? And maybe somebody out in Louisiana wants to send you a letter saying thank you for being such a powerful woman in politics. Where can they find you?
You can find me on State Representative Ann Dauphinay on Facebook. You can call my personal cell phone at 860-634-2102. I'm happy to hear from anybody, even people that disagree with me. I take on the challenge of having those conversations. So thank you.
And Dauphinay right there. If you guys enjoyed that little interview with her friend, she's been on the show many times before. And each and every time she always kills it. And again, who else is killing it out there but Ironhawk Financial, Joseph Lombardi, managing partner, 203-815-3673. Give him a call today. Reach out to him and have him advise you on some really good financial sound advice that he can help you and get you squared away in your future retirement system. He can do it all. Give him a call today. MRCA. MRCA is a great organization. It's a Military Rodeo Cowboy Association. We're really stoked that we're part of it. Dan, the Mountain Man, got us to be a part of that. MRCA, Military Rodeo Cowboy Association, going to be touring the country. Veterans are actually out there doing the rodeos. Real cool. We did one not that long ago. We're going to be doing more soon. I love the rodeo world. It's a fun time out there. It really is. That's a true story.
Oh, yeah?
I got to take a walk here in a minute. I'm going to go see my good friends from K&H. And right here is a commercial with one of our good friends and sponsors, Joey Guns, LLC. Go and check them out today at 1221 Knowledge Road in Plainfield, Connecticut. Give them a call at 860-317-1157. Buy a gun from Joey.
If you go out this way, take a right. Yeah. Go up that way.
Check out the Kevin Allen Show and all its platforms. Yeah. Remember, we need your help to grow, folks, so please like, share, and keep on liking and sharing. As we grow this platform, we need your help to do it. Kevin Allen Show appreciates all you do. POB. We're proud members of the POB, the Patriot-Owned Business.net. You can go check them out today. Patriot-Owned Businesses are a great organization, and you can check them out. They're located out of Texas. Let me tell you, at the end of the day, your businesses should be spending your money where your mouth speaks. You're feeling like you want to be with other Patriots, proud member of the Patriot-Owned Business Organization, join them today anywhere in America. You'd be happy to have them.
So does he do anything now, or is he? Does he like that? So he's with Super